All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome into today's edition of In the Game. I am your host, Hustle, and as always, we're going to be diving into the markets, the crypto gaming markets, the metaverse AI markets as well. Let's go ahead and dive right into it today. As right now, during this hour, we are seeing, during the last couple of hours, I would say, actually, this hour's candle is actually looking a lot better as we're recovering quite nicely off of a couple of straight consistent red candles going downward here on Bitcoin. But I think there's a lot of opportunities and a couple of narratives that we have exploited, been able to capitalize on, crypto gaming, etc. But let's talk about the metaverse narrative. I'll go over one that I think tremendous value, mid cap, I would say almost a low cap, that has absolute top quality, that I think has a lot of upside potential when this metaverse narrative with the Sandbox in Saudi Arabia continues to play out. With this pullback, where are the opportunities? Let's dive into it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel down below here on Crypto Banter here every single day for daily shows updating you on every aspect of the market. And shout out to our top tier sponsors here on In the Game: Animoca Brands, the top Web3 gaming company, or the biggest Web3 gaming company in the space; ImmutableX, honestly the platform onboarding the most games into the space in all of Web3; Bybit, one of the leading exchanges in crypto, as well as NordVPN. Always be secure when you're navigating through crypto. So guys, check the link in the description down below for more on all of our sponsors. Let's go ahead and dive into the watch list quickly and kind of see what tokens have been performing, right? We've been seeing the AI narrative play out. We talked about 𝗖𝗵, aka Senate, yesterday. It's up 25% over the 24-hour period. Veracity continues to rally, and Veracity just hit 1 cent again. So they just shaved a zero for the time being, which is a very, very good sign, because Veracity, obviously the quality of their project hasn't stopped, but they definitely took a beating during the bear. Good to see them now back at 1 cent, up 20% over the 24-hour and 55% over the last 7 days. We have WASDR up 20%, Magic still up 20%, and Illuvium up 20% over the week. But let's go ahead and dive into the narratives that I think, along with a couple other people on the channel, that I still see a lot of opportunity in playing out, where we can see in metaverse and in AI potentially, and obviously in crypto gaming. But what part of crypto gaming hasn't gotten attention yet? Where are the opportunities? We'll dive into it in this edition. So we saw yesterday that Saudi Arabia and the Sandbox agree to collaborate on metaverse projects. Now, the Sandbox and Saudi Arabia signed a memorandum of understanding, but without revealing details explaining the scope of the agreement. They have shown significant interest in the past in crypto and Web3, and obviously them choosing Sandbox is very powerful. What does this mean for the metaverse, right? We saw an immediate pump. We're looking at the chart here for Sandbox yesterday. We saw an immediate pump from this news, and I think there's a trickle-down effect. There's going to be a trickle-down effect. Metaverse, this is the metaverse category here on CoinMarketCap. We have Victoria VR up 70%. We have tons of gains here throughout the metaverse category throughout the last week on the 7-day charts because of this metaverse news. But there are some quality projects out there that aren't the Sandbox that I think, with this metaverse narrative, have a lot of upside potential and could play out and have more gains than stuff like the Sandbox with their market cap. So I think one of those projects, in my opinion, is Wilderworld. Wilderworld, we've talked about on the channel before, in the metaverse niche. I think this is probably one of the highest quality building products in the entire space. As we see here, a $50 million circulating market cap. The token unlocks are nothing to be afraid of in the short term, especially because I do think this rally I'm on a 45-day timeline where I think in that 45 days, we have a lot of upwards momentum for both, Bitcoin and altcoins. My focus is obviously in altcoins, and I'm very, narrowing my lens on quality crypto gaming, metaverse, NFT gaming, and AI projects. And this is definitely one of those in the metaverse niche, after Saudi Arabia is definitely going to pour capital into the metaverse space. Well, let's talk about a quality metaverse, right? And not even just trailers. A lot of people put out trailers, and, this is no knock on the Sandbox, but their game just isn't it's not it's not a world that I would want to go live in, right? It's not something I want to detach from real life and go do. And then B, it's just not that fun of a game. But when you actually look at Wilder World, it's undeniably fun. Like, this is their racing game. They say driving in Miami. So one of Wilder World's settings is Miami, but it's Miami. And as you see here, the high-tech, futuristic-looking cars, the interface on the screen, you can tell this is actual gameplay. The scenery looks fantastic, the way the sunshine in the buildings and the trees and the way that it's cascading off the street. Everything about the racing game with Wilder World looks fantastic. And then when you actually take a look at their open world gameplay, right? Wilder World pre-alpha gameplay teaser. So this is actual gameplay of them in their open world game. So they're not only making, these, and as you see here, you can go up to your cars and start bridging into the racing game. This will all culminate together, and everything that they've done so far is some of the most impressive in the metaverse space, in my opinion. And I think Wilder World, at a $50 million market cap and a $200 million fully diluted, has a lot of, I would say, my target here would be about 60 cents, 58 to 60 cents in the short term here for Wilder World. Once we continue the upward momentum towards 24 to 27,000 Bitcoin and alt season does continue to play out. But what are some other narratives other than Metaverse? And here's the thing, guys. Decentraland didn't rally. None of these other, higher cap metaverses rallied. So rule those out. I'm not really interested in investing in Decentraland at the moment. It's not the best user experience, etc. So Wilder World is by far the highest quality, and at the market cap is the one that I'm definitely narrowed down on. What's another narrative that we are going to definitely be looking at playing out underneath crypto gaming that hasn't really played out yet? Well, that's the blockchains that are powering this space. We haven't really seen, as Rand, I believe, said on his show today, and as Sheldon said, we haven't really seen ETH have its run. ETH's been kind of stuck here at 1,600 for quite a while. I think Ethereum has another leg up. I think Polygon is going to continue to run. And shout out to Polygon. They're up another 7% today. And at $1.30, I mean, they are really holding strong. Every leg up, they're just maintaining. I mean, shout out to Polygon with all their business partnerships. But let's on the gaming side, if you're trying to isolate crypto gaming blockchains, they have tons of games here with over, thousands, tens of thousands of users here, as you're seeing Benji Bananas, Sunflowerland, Playbyte, the Smurf Society, the Sandbox. These are all powered on Polygon's chain. And then looking ahead in the future, when games like Metalcore are building on the platform, you have Galaxy Fight Club on the platform. There's so many quality businesses, let alone games coming to the platform, that I think that Polygon definitely still has more room to grow. And long term, you're looking at a lot of value. Avalanche, for a couple of reasons. I believe Avalanche at this $20 level, whenever we do see this next leg up for alts, because right now, this little pullback, there are some opportunities. And I think Avalanche hasn't really seen its run during this rally. And I also think that their partnership with Amazon kind of went under the radar. 𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗫 and Amazon working together to bridge enterprises, scalable blockchain solutions to enterprises and governments, as they say. AWS fully supports Avalanche's infrastructure. And on top of that, 𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗫 is incubating some of the best games in the space. This is some of the best games in the space. You have Shrapnel coming to the Avalanche blockchain, Ascenders, which in my opinion looks the most like Fortnite. I would say this game right here looks by far the most like a Fortnite style graphical game. Playing their playtest was absolutely fantastic, and I'm looking forward to more from Ascenders underneath the Avalanche blockchain, as well as Domi Online, which is made by RuneScape OG developers, and they are bringing like that same type of addictive experience that has still lived on to today to the blockchain. Now, that is all underneath Avalanche. And I think Avalanche is an all-encompassing way to get exposure to obviously a layer one chain, to the mass exposure to crypto gaming. And the games that they've incubated in the past successfully, and on their chain, they're able to use their own tokens on their subnets. So their subnets, they can use a Shrapnel token to burn every transaction. They can use their own ecosystem tokens to actually utilize in their own games. And I think that's powerful. I think that is very powerful. So Avalanche is one that I am definitely keeping my eye on. I think if the rally continues, that 𝗕𝗏𝗄𝐻 probably has some more upside as well, but it has run quite a bit. And I think that at this point, I would wait a little. I would wait for a little more of a pullback before I was to add more exposure to 𝗕𝗏𝗄𝐻. If you're looking at 𝗕𝗏𝗄𝐻, because it has run quite a bit. If we were to take a look at the chart for the month, yeah, as we see, we've gone from about 54 cents up to $1 here on 𝗕𝗏𝗄𝐻 over the last month. And that's just, money is flowing to quality. And the industries that they're looking at is metaverse, crypto gaming, and AI, obviously. So this is a big, big focus for investors. And obviously the smart money has been adopting here with Epic Games and Amazon and Apple building their own metaverse and VR, Mark Zuckerberg switching his whole company over to this industry. All these chips are playing out, and we're trying to get in front of all of that. And we have been in front of that for a long time. Yeah, I would agree. 𝗕𝗏𝗄𝐻 is probably a little bit overpriced at this moment in time. I would agree that 𝗕𝗏𝗄𝐻 is probably a little overpriced at this moment in time. But the thing about a bull market is the money's going to keep flowing into these quality projects. So, if you're looking for an opportunity, just watch for pullbacks. And if you are bullish, there probably is another leg up here for stuff like IMX, ILV, some of the stuff that has ran. But yeah, Lawrence, I agree. I do see Avalanche doing great things. And some other tokens that I'm definitely eyeing up, Gala Games, they have about 18 already listed on their platform. But if you looked at their, if you look at actually what is coming to the platform on their pitch deck that they release publicly, 150 games coming to the platform for Gala Games. Very impressive. So if you want exposure to a mass ecosystem of games, then I think that that is the definite way to go. And then last but not least is PYR. I think PYR at $4.30. If we can maintain above $4.20, $4.30, then it'll definitely be on its way back up. And then probably towards that $4.80 level that we've been calling for all along, with 12 games building within the ecosystem. A lot of them are live. You can play a lot of the Vulcan Forge games live right now. Their own blockchain, their node ecosystem going live, a fully functioning top 100 exchange and NFT marketplace, if you look on DApp Radar, as well as games building on the Elysium chain. Very bullish on Vulcan Forge. So let's go ahead. I'll take a couple of questions in the chat on some tokens that you guys are looking at, and we'll go from there. IMX is still 88% below all-time high. Absolutely. But I'm not going to buy into 100% pump, basically. Has the only game we know of with an AWS partnership. Yeah, I'm very bullish on. I mean, ImmutableX is a sponsor of our show. I absolutely love ImmutableX. But I'm just not going to buy in to a 2x pump. I did just say that it does have a lot more upside potential, however, because money's going to keep flowing into quality projects, and ImmutableX is definitely quality. 𝗏𝗏𝗀, interesting project. 𝗏𝗏𝗀, I am not the biggest fan of, but they have some of the best partnerships in the space, some of the best adoption in the space. Their community is fantastic, but I am not invested. It's probably a long-term project. Professor Hex, I love the gaming token narrative. Absolutely. I think that's going to be one of the biggest adopters for mainstream Web3 technology long term. The best way to get people in the door is Trojan horse them with a good game or a good entertainment product, media product, whatever it is. Movies, games, film, these are all applicable to the Web3 industry. And a person who plays a good game and then realizes, wow, I own that skin that I just earned. And, let's just say shrapnel, the camouflage, I own that, right? That is a very, very powerful tool that people will learn over time. WAGMI Games, very bullish on WAGMI Games, one of my favorite low cap games. Let's see. UFO, a lot of potential. I think they're the meme coin of crypto gaming. Thetan Arena, fantastic project, but not too bullish on the token at this point. Imposters, love everything Elio's doing. If you were looking to token exposure to imposters, you would be looking at Superverse, obviously. But yeah, I love imposters, and I think it has a great chance to be that social gaming platform, right? That you play with your friends, 10 people in the same lobby. You have some great laughs. You backstab your friends. You're able to, even play some drinking games if you want to, right? I think there's a lot of potential there, and I love everything Elio's doing over at Imposters. Rune, I you would have to, if Miles has a show tonight, I would ask Miles about Rune. I'm not hating on IMX, Dan. I've not done nothing but praise IMX. I don't know. I don't know if you are listening or not. Like, they sponsor the show. I've talked them up many, many times. I said I just wouldn't buy into 100% pump right now. That's just investment logic. That's just investment logic. All right, guys. Magic. Yeah, I think if this pullback continues, I think Magic probably has some more leg room for some growth. Yeah. I think that if Magic continues the pullback, then you could probably see some more growth. Yeah, exactly, Chris. Yes, exactly. I don't hate on IMX. It literally just 2x basically in a month. So of course I'm not going to buy into that pump. Polka City, quality product. I'm not looking at the token, however. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and hop off, but Wilder World is the one token I am looking at in the metaverse category to really benefit off of this narrative. Saudi Arabia and Sandbox. I think that if the push upward, I think will continue over the next 45 days. I do see a lot of bullish momentum for altcoins and Bitcoin. And I think that projects under the metaverse category, like Wilder World in this low to mid cap category, are going to be a lot of the forefront of the attention and where the money's going as well, due to the quality of their products. And then also the blockchains powering these games. Ethereum obviously powers all the L2s, the Polygons, the Avalanches of the world. So these are definitely projects that haven't ran. They have not ran yet, right? And I think Polygon, even though it is consistently climbing, still a lot of upside potential there. Also, keep your eyes on Gala, Vulcan Forged as well. Gala's been really quiet. I'm expecting some moves from Gala very soon as far as on the price. We're sticking around 5 cents. We'll see where the rest of the 24 hours plays out for, the markets. But I'll be back tomorrow, as always, to update you on what goes on in the crypto gaming, metaverse, and AI markets. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Much love, as always. Like the video if you enjoyed the content. And if you're bullish on the future of crypto gaming, NFT gaming, and metaverse, just like I am, and subscribe for shows every single day here on the channel. I'll be back tomorrow, as always, at 4 p.m. Eastern time. And as always, play well, my friends.
𝗓𝗏